Every ride has a mission, and today ours was clear. Hanle to Umling, the world's highest motorable pass. The morning in Hanle was picture perfect. A clear sky stretched over us, no signs of rains, no clouds to hide the mighty peaks. It almost felt like the Himalayas were giving us a green signal for the mission ahead. With that, we rode out through the scenic Hanle road. Just a few kilometers later, sharp right turn welcomed us to a narrow mountain road. The soft ascent had begun. Today, I was the sweep rider. For those new to the concept, in every motorcycle group ride, there's a lead who guides the pack and a sweep who stays at the back. The sweep ensures no rider is left behind, helps in breakdowns, and motivates the one struggling. It's not just a position, it's a responsibility, leadership, and trust. As we moved ahead, the road began weaving like a snake, crawling along the mountain slopes. This was the climb to the mighty Photila Pass, one loop after another, one switchback after another. From the bottom, we could already see the road looping to the very top, daring us, almost mocking us to conquer it. The sun was shining bright, the climate was with us, and our energy levels were sky high. The best part, a fresh layer of black tarmac under the tires, smooth, grippy, and thrilling. With no fuss, no complaints, we climbed higher and higher, our thumping machines echoing in the valleys. 45 minutes later, we stood victorious on top of Photila. And what a view it was! From one corner, you could see 3 to 4 loops stacked below, like ribbon laid across the mountains. From another bend, yet another series of loops appeared, twisting into the horizon. As bikers, what more could we ask for? Unlimited twists, endless corners, and Himalayas guiding our way. This was just the beginning of our ride to Umlingla, and we had already tasted adventure, brotherhood, and raw mountain beauty. It took us almost 3 hours just to crawl the tight corners, broken patches, and high altitude fatigue. The mountains were testing us at every turn. But the beauty of the land, it slows you down, forces you to respect its pace. And at the bottom, we regrouped. A quick stop to hydrate, catch our breath, and share what it felt like to ride through such narrow sections. The energy was intact, but we knew the final climb was still waiting. We get up again and promised ourselves a short snack break ahead to fuel both our body and our minds. A few kilometers later, we found a perfect spot. Imagine this, surrounded by giant brown mountains, the sky painted in the purest blue, and prayer flags fluttering wildly in the wind, as if blessing every traveler passing through it. We parked our bikes and ran inside. Hot tea, crispy biscuits, and yummy parathas. In a place like this, even the simplest meal feels like a feast. The warmth of the tea, the laughter of the group, and the chill in the mountains, it was exactly what we needed. But there was no time to waste. Umlingla was calling. So we mounted our machines once again, tightened our gears, and with fresh energy rolled ahead towards the final climb of the journey, the mighty Umlingla. Among our pack of machines, 3 stood out. The old warriors, one classic and 2 Thunderbird 350cc's, all BS3 models. Now, riding these bikes in Ladakh is a different ballgame altogether. The newer Enfields with EFI and ECU adapt easily to the thin mountain air. Smooth, refined, less vibrations. But the BS3s, they are raw, carbureted, no sensors, no technology to calculate the air fuel mix, just pure mechanical and human guts. And up there, where oxygen is scarce, they struggle to breathe. The vibrations are double, the throttle feels heavier, and every kilometer feels earned. But credit to the riders, Piyush kept pushing, fighting both the altitude and engine's hunger for air. His bike cuffed, but it never gave up, and neither did he. And then there was Mayuri Patil. No hesitation, no complaints, no waiting behind. She rode that Thunderbird like a true mountain warrior. Every time the bike gasped for air, she answered back with a full twist of throttle, focused, determined, not once breaking the rhythm. Amongst a sea of men, she stood tall, matching every mile, every climb, every bend with sheer courage. The higher we went, the thinner the air became. Our bodies grew tired, our machines heavier, but from afar I finally saw it, the top. Umlingla was no longer just a dream. It was right there, waiting for us. The final stretch felt endless. Every turn tested our lungs. Every climb tested our spirit. The altitude was merciless, 19,000 feet, where even walking feels like heavy duty work. And then there it was, the iconic yellow PRO board, standing tall against the sky. Umlingla, 19,024 feet, the highest motorable pass in the world.
अपने ही है ना सब इधर सुपर्ब गाइस ए पीयूष डिड इट मैन ऑसम यार पीयूष हैट्स ऑफ मैन अकेला बेचारा इतना स्ट्रगल करके
The engines were silent, wind was strong, and the helmets were finally off as the cheers erupted. Some of us were shouting, some literally jumping, some hugging each other like we just won a war. That board wasn't just a sign, it was a trophy, the proof of our madness and passion. Flags went up, bikes lined up, and cameras clicked non-stop. Laughter, chants, high fives, the air was electric. The pain of the climb was gone, replaced with pure adrenaline. At Umlingla, we weren't just bikers anymore. We were champions. Kings and queens of the road, standing at the roof of the world, celebrating the ride of our lives with unshakable energy and pride. We spent close to 15 minutes at the very top, capturing memories and the pure sense of victory. The wind was thin, the oxygen even thinner, but our spirits were overflowing. Every click of the camera felt like freezing history, a reminder that we had made it. Though it's never advisable to stay longer than 20 minutes at such altitudes, we couldn't stop celebrating. After all, this wasn't just any summit. We had journeyed all the way from Chandigarh and now stood at the very edge of India, on the roof of the world. I wanted a group photo with everyone because, in their own little ways, each one had contributed to this journey. Some with their endless questions that kept the excitement alive, some with their infectious smile that made even the toughest climbs easier, and some by waking up early than me every single day, pushing the rhythm of the ride forward. That's the beauty of a bunch like this. It's not just the ride, or the riders, or the motorcycles. It's a family on wheels, each heartbeat sinking to the same thump of the infields. And there I was, standing on top of the world. This was my third time here, but my chest thumped harder than ever. I wasn't just proud of myself, I was overwhelmed with pride for this entire batch. To see them achieve their dreams, to watch them conquer the roads they once only imagined, and to be the only one leading them to this glory. It was a feeling beyond words, a mix of gratitude, pride, and pure joy. To my BRC family, standing here at Umlingla, above the clouds, I realized something. Life always keeps you busy. Duties, responsibilities, deadlines, they never end. But memories like this, they don't wait forever. You have to make time for adventure. After winding up the mission Umlingla, we hurried back to planet Earth, where every breath felt easier, where oxygen no longer had to be fought for. The bikes began their descent, one curve after another. And with every turn, I found myself sinking into a flood of emotions. Somewhere along this relentless journey, my love for motorcycles has transformed into something bigger, a relentless pursuit, not just for myself, but to push everyone around me to achieve their dreams, to ride alongside these brothers and sisters, to see them conquer what once felt impossible. That has become my purpose. It's not just about the destination anymore. It's about building riders who discover their own strength along the way. Every time I see someone open the throttle a little harder, climb a pass they thought they couldn't, or simply smile after a long, exhausting day, that energy fuels me up like nothing else in the world. Their courage becomes my courage, their laughter becomes my fuel, and their victories, they feel like my own. My world has changed because of these riders who came into my life. Before, it was just me and my motorcycle chasing mountains and open skies. Today, it's us, a family bound by roads, thumbs, sweat, and dreams. And as I leaned into the curves on this descent, I realized maybe the true summit was never Umlingla. Maybe it's this brotherhood, this spirit, this relentless fire we carry inside us together. As we began descending from Umlingla and Photila, my heart felt heavier and lighter at the same time. The wind against the helmet, the bike gliding downwards, those steep curves, I could feel my emotions overflowing. Inside that helmet, I was smiling, maybe even singing a little tune. It wasn't just a song, it was a celebration of victory, of endurance, of that fire which refuses to fade. But emotions aside, we had a mission to complete, reach Leh before midnight. The journey that had tested our will was now calling us back home, Umlingla to Leh. The circle of this adventure was closing. As we crossed Hanle, the scenery around us looked almost unreal, like a dream painted by gods themselves. Vast golden brown plains stretched endlessly, kissing the horizon. The mountains stood silent, their shadows shifting with the setting sun. The sky above Hanle was an ocean of blue, so clear it felt infinite, with clouds drifting lazily like cotton over the peaks. Every few kilometers, the road changed its rhythm, sometimes smooth, sometimes rough, but the beauty remained constant. The emptiness wasn't lonely anymore. It was peaceful, like the mountains were silently saluting our journey. We reached Nyoma, and finally filled our tanks to the brim. What a sigh of relief. The clock ticked past 4 pm, a little late maybe, but the moment we hit the ignition again, I knew we were in for something special. The road ahead was masterpiece, smooth black tarmac slicing through the golden brown mountains with the winds brushing past like silk. The sun hung low, painting everything in amber hues, and the shadows of our bikes stretched long and proud across the road. Every curve felt cinematic, every throttle, every twist felt pure bliss. And yes, it was going to be superb till the end. After clocking a solid 100 kilometers without a single stop, we finally pulled over beside a shimmering river. The water was crystal clear, icy cold, flowing gently through the valley like a living mirror of the sky. The contrast, greenish blue water, black tarmac, and those massive brown peaks was breathtaking. The engines cooled, helmets came off, and for a few quiet moments we stood there, soaking in the sound of the river and feel of the mountain air. This wasn't just a break, this was pure peace on two wheels. This was truly a biker's paradise. The sun began to dip, and the golden light spilled over the land, bathing everything in shades of orange and red. Our headlights started cutting through the dusk, one beam after the another. I looked at my fellow riders, tired, dusty, but glowing with pride. Somewhere deep inside, I knew we weren't just returning to Leh, we were carrying a part of Umling with us. The altitude, the cold, the exhaustion, all of it had shaped us. And as this night began to fall over the vast Hanle landscape, we rode on, chasing those twinkling lights of Leh. The same city we once left behind with dreams in our eyes and now returned with those dreams completely fulfilled. The sun was dipping behind the mountains. The clock showed 6:30 p.m. The sky had turned into a painting, streaks of orange, pink, and violet melting into the endless horizon. For a moment, I slowed down just to watch it. That magical transition when days hands over its light to the night. A small part of me was worried about riding in the dark, the cold, the fatigue, and the unknown turns ahead. But then I looked in the mirror. The glowing headlights of my riders lined up behind me, cutting through the dusk like stars chasing the horizon. Their confidence, their spirit was contagious. My worry vanished. I knew we were in this together. As darkness took over, something incredible happened. The road, oh, the road, it shined like a ribbon of silver under our headlights. Hats off to the unsung heroes, the BRO team, and the workers who carved this path through the Himalayas. Even in pitch darkness, the reflectors gleamed perfectly along every curve, guiding us home. It was like riding through a dream, calm, smooth, and absolutely surreal. We rode in formation, engines humming in rhythm, chasing the moonlight across Ladakh. Every kilometer was a reminder of endurance, of unity, and why we ride. The temperature dropped, but the adrenaline kept us warm. Finally, 11 pm, we rolled back into Leh, tired, hungry, but filled with pride. Dinner never tasted so good. It wasn't just food, it was a celebration. Celebration of miles conquered, fears overcome, and dreams fulfilled. For anyone watching this, remember, it's not just about the destination, it's about the roads that test you, the riders who lift you, and the moments that stay with you forever. So get up and come ride Ladakh with us. The mountains are calling, and trust me, the road is waiting for you.